Hello, welcome to Irish Football Fan TV. This is the Irish News Daily. We'll start off with Wayne Rooney has come out and spoken about Festy Ebosele's transfer to Udinese from Derby County, which we'll go through in the summer. He does not think it is the right move for Festy, and he went on to say that if you are asking me, do I think it is the right move for him, then no, I don't. I think he should stay in England, whether it is a move where he goes there to go back to England. Obviously, we know Udinese are a sister club to Watford. We don't know. I think he should have stayed in England, kept learning to play the game here, and then he really has a chance. It is always difficult for a young player to go abroad. Continued to say, I said a few months ago that he can be a superstar. He can be what he wants. He really needs to keep his focus, his concentration, and keep learning to develop. Just by sheer pace and power alone, he has got something which every player wants. The next part of that is the details, which I talk about after games, details to his games. If he gets them right, he can go right to the top. So huge praise there by Wayne Rooney in terms of Festy Ebosele and what type of player he could be, but obviously is not happy with the move in which Festy has gone on to take. You can't really blame Festy, I suppose, for taking the move. You never know, this opportunity may never come up again, and he could go there and be a real big player for them. Or, as Wayne said, and I had said the other night, he could well end up back at Watford. So it will be an interesting one to see how that plays out. But Wayne Rooney seems to not be a fan of the move. In other news, the FAI have confirmed the bid to host the Euro 2028. The FAI sent out an email today. It said the Football Association of Ireland has confirmed the submission to UEFA of a joint expression of interest to host the 2028 UEFA European Championships in Ireland, Northern Ireland, England, Scotland and Wales. The FAI will now await a formal response from UEFA as to the process from this point. Welcoming this morning's news, FAI President Jerry McEnany said, "We are delighted to confirm that the expression of interest from the FAI and our fellow associations in Northern Ireland, England, Scotland and Wales has now been submitted to UEFA. We look forward to working with government, key stakeholders and Irish football to deliver a successful bid for Ireland." FAI Chief Executive Jonathan Hill added, "The confirmation of our joint expression of interest to host Euro 2028 alongside our colleagues at the FAs of Northern Ireland, England, Scotland and Wales makes this, I believe, a significant day for Irish football as we look forward to celebrating our centenary at Saturday's Aviva Stadium friendly game with Belgium. This represents a real statement of intent for the development of Irish football as a whole. We will now work with UEFA, government and all our stakeholder partners to present a bid that makes real sense for Ireland and for Irish football. The sporting and economic benefits that hosting such a tournament present would, we believe, be a major significance across all levels of our game and for many years to come. I look forward to briefing our board and our football community on the next steps of this process in the coming weeks and months. If successful, I would see this as a catalyst for real growth in the game up to the tournament and beyond, generating new monies that can help further investment across all aspects of Irish football, be it facilities or coaching, and helping us to realise the stated ambition of our FAI strategy 2022 to 2025 to grow the game at all levels." So there you go, Jonathan Hill really backing the Euro 2028 bid. And Stephen Kenny spoke about it as well, which the press conference should go live this evening at 11 p.m. on our YouTube channel, so you can check that out as well. I can't go into too much detail because it's embargo till then. Then in other news, James Talbot and Jimmy Dunne have been called up to the Republic of Ireland senior squad. Mark Travers has gone out of the squad with a strain, and so has Darragh Lenihan. So the two of them are out, and Jimmy Dunne and James Talbot have come in. Darren Randolph did make a comment on the FAI's Instagram, which seemed to let them know that he still isn't retired, and then came out and said afterwards he was bantering. So some people took the bite and some people realised he was joking. So he's just letting them know that if he's available, then he's letting them know that he is available if needed, and that he hasn't retired. So basically, a couple of people are taking that up a bit wrong, I think, but that's just the way Darren is. He's a bit of a joker, but you can kind of see where he's come from as well. I think if that is a case of if Darren Randolph is finished as a Republic of Ireland goalkeeper in terms of what Stephen Kenny's thinking, I think it might not be any harm to just give him a nice little call up next time we have a friendly and give him a nice send off. Darren Randall's been a very, very good servant for Irish football, and really helped us in times when we were really struggling. In terms of, like, he saved us in games himself alone. So I think he deserves a better way of saying goodbye than this, and hopefully he will get to say goodbye in the future. I think Irish fans would like that. I think he would like that, but he's just letting the FAI know that he hasn't retired, and I think it was more in a joking way than anything else, and people just love to jump on anything these days. So yeah, that's that. But congratulations to Jimmy Dunne, his first cap, and James Talbot get called up again. He'll be looking probably to get his first cap under Stephen Kenny. He's been called up by Mick and he's been called up by Stephen. It never really got game time, but he's been in and around the squad getting, I suppose, good experience. But I suppose at some stage he'll want to start playing. In other news, Kieran Phillips and Darragh Burns both played last night in a Republic of Ireland under-20s team against an Ireland amateurs team, and they lost 1-0, but the two lads played, Darragh Burns and Killian Phillips, and now they've been called up to Jim Crawford's under-21 squad for the big game against Sweden next week. So they'll be training with the team and they'll be in the squad now for next week away to Sweden. So well done to those two. Obviously Darragh has just switched from Northern Ireland, so it's good to see him getting opportunities now as well, and hopefully he kicks on because he's been fantastic in the League of Ireland. Killian just moved to Crystal Palace as well from Drogheda after a really good season as well, so that's good for them. In other news, with the under-17s, they lost 4-1 in Portugal. Mark O'Mahony continued his excellent goal scoring exploits with a typical poacher's finish that gave Ireland hope in the second half, but ultimately goals from João Veloso, Jose Rodriguez, Rodrigo Ribeiro and Ivan Lima ensured Portugal made a dream start to the campaign in the under-17s elite qualifiers over in Portugal. And lastly, Dan McDonnell of The Independent, who actually was the one who tweeted out the announcement of Phillips and Darragh Burns there as well. So he put that out on the independent.ie, and then he has another article today that is saying that the Derry teenager Trent Coney Doherty has attracted a lot of interest, and Liverpool are the clear front runners there to sign him from Derry. The flying winger turns 16 this summer, and unlike players in the 26 counties who cannot move until 18 on account of Brexit, he is still available to move to a club across the water. It's anticipated that he will end up with Liverpool, with the Premier League Giants seeking to wrap up a pre-contract deal. Coney Doherty is a right footer who can play on either flank. He was involved in Rory Higgins' first team during pre-season and was on the bench for last week's Premier Division game with St. Pat's, but primarily trains and plays with Derry's underage squads. The player has a father of African heritage and a mother from Derry and is fully committed to the Republic of Ireland. He was involved in both Paulo Sam's under-16 squad and Colin O'Brien's under-17 group last year. Coney Doherty has previously spent time with Celtic, but Liverpool have made a assertive move for his services, with Derry in line for a six-figure sum in compensation. Not bad going for Derry, but the under-19s are currently playing at the time of making this video as well, so they're playing England in England. So I'm not sure how that one's gone so far, but we've plenty of content on our YouTube channel this week, so make sure to go and check it out. We've press conferences just gone up there. There's one with Stephen Kenny going up this evening. There's one with Mark Travers and Troy Parrott from the other day. There's Conor Howerton and Alan Brown. And there's another one with Stephen Kenny as well. So you can go check them out. We're going to have content leading up to the Belgium game as well, and obviously then the Lithuania game too. So check them out. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And we'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching.